Welcome back, deep divers. Today we are heading to ancient Egypt for, I think, one of the most iconic structures in history,
Absolutely.
the Lighthouse of Alexandria. And before we dive in, I have to ask, have you ever tried to imagine a world without GPS? Like, can you actually wrap your mind around navigating with just stars and really basic landmarks?
I mean, it's hard to fathom, right? Like, our phones tell us where to go for everything these days.
Yeah, no. And now try and picture this. A huge beacon, right, visible for miles, cutting through the darkness. It's guiding sailors through these, crazy, dangerous waters. I mean, that was the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Just an absolute marvel of engineering and a symbol of, I don't know, just like raw human ambition. It's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really is when you think about the impact that this one structure had, not just on, like helping people travel around, but just on in the ancient world in general. It's pretty incredible.
Totally. And it's not like they just like plopped it down anywhere. Its location on that tiny island of Pharos, brilliantly strategic.
Oh, absolutely. Strategically brilliant.
So, okay, let's kind of set the scene. We're talking about ancient Alexandria, right?
Yeah.
Like the city founded by Alexander the Great himself.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was a serious, bustling metropolis.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like the crossroads of, trade, culture, you name it.
Exactly. And the harbor was essential, totally essential to Alexandria's prosperity. But navigating those waters, it was a risky business, and without some kind of clear marker.
For sure. And that's where Pharaoh's Island comes in.
Yeah.
Because it was connected to Alexandria by that causeway, the Heptastadion.
Right.
So they basically extended the city. And that gave them this like super protected harbor on one side, but then open sea access on the other.
It was very close.
So it's like they created this grand like gateway to the city.
Yeah.
And the lighthouse was like the ultimate welcome sign.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how much thought went into just the placement,
Absolutely. And speaking of ambition, just the construction of the lighthouse was a massive undertaking. It took 12 years.
Wow.
And a small fortune to build it all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And all thanks to the Ptolemaic dynasty.
Okay, so we're talking the rulers who kind of took over after Alexander.
Right, exactly.
So this wasn't just like a practical project. It was a statement. It was like, look at us.
Absolutely. Like power, wealth, ambition, the whole 9 yards.
So who's the mastermind, though? Like, who gets the credit for this huge feat of engineering?
Well, Ptolemy Soter, he gets the credit for actually commissioning it. But it was his son, Ptolemy II Philadelphus, who actually saw it through to completion.
Okay.
And get this. The total cost, are you ready for this? 800 talents of silver.
800. Okay, break that down for me.
Okay, so we're talking roughly 23 tons.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, a lot of silver.
That definitely sends a message, yeah. They spared no expense. But do we know who the architect, the actual brains behind the design was?
There's been a lot of debate about it, but the name most often associated with the lighthouse is Sostratus of Cnidus. And there's actually a pretty great story, kind of a fun little history mystery, about how he made sure that his name would live on, even under the shadow of these powerful Ptolemies.
Ooh, I love a good history mystery.
Okay, so the story goes, Sostratus, he inscribes his name on the actual, stone foundation of the lighthouse.
Okay.
But then he covers it with this layer of plaster. And on top of that plaster, he puts Ptolemy's name. So over time, the plaster naturally wears away.
Ah, cool.
And what's revealed underneath, Sostratus' name.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, pretty ingenious, right?
That's like a historical mic drop.
I know, right?
Yeah, he outsmarted the system. He got his name in there.
They love that.
Okay, so we've got the location, we've got the players, we've got the crazy budget.
We do.
But what about the lighthouse itself? Like, what did this marvel actually look like?
So picture this, a 3-tiered structure.
Yeah.
And each level has a very distinct design.
Yep.
You've got this strong square base to anchor it, obviously, against the sea. And you've got this octagonal middle section, maybe to help, withstand the wind,
I can see that.
And then finally, a circular top, and that's where the massive fire was, the heart of the lighthouse.
It's like, I'm trying to imagine the scale of this thing. How tall are we talking?
So descriptions from Arab writers who actually saw the lighthouse in person suggest it was somewhere between, 103 and 118 meters tall.
Wait, hold on. For context.
Yeah.
That's taller than the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, it was huge.
That is massive.
It would just dominated the skyline. I mean, visible for miles.
Oh, my gosh.
And it wasn't just about height either. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, it was also adorned with all these intricate statues. They may have been depicting figures like, Triton, Poseidon, even Zeus maybe.
That's so grand.
And some accounts even mention this giant mirror at the very top, and it reflected sunlight during the day, so just imagine.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So it wasn't just a practical structure. It was like a work of art. It was a symbol, like, for the city itself. It
Exactly.
must have been absolutely breathtaking on you.
No. And as impressive as the outside was, the inside is equally fascinating.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. Tell me about the inner workings of this thing.
So we actually have some pretty detailed descriptions from this Arab traveler who visited Alexandria back in the 12th century.
Oh, wow. Okay, what did he say?
So he describes this like wide ramp inside, right? And it's so wide that two horsemen could actually ride up it, like side by side.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine trying to get the materials up that ramp during construction?
That's wild. And it's not just like a hollow tower either.
No, no,
He's
no.
talking about multiple floors, lots of rooms. So it makes you think, like, maybe this wasn't just a lighthouse.
Right. Like, what else was going on in there?
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, we don't have all the answers, unfortunately. But, some historians, they think that the lighthouse might have actually housed soldiers, maybe even served as like a temporary residence for really important officials.
That is so interesting. Okay, so we know this magnificent structure, it didn't last forever.
Sadly, no.
So what happened? What was its downfall?
So it's kind of ironic, right? Because this structure was literally designed to withstand like the constant pounding of the sea.
Right.
It was actually brought down by, well, the earth. You see, the lighthouse suffered a lot of damage from a bunch of earthquakes over the centuries.
I can't even imagine, like, the force it would take to damage something that massive.
Right. It's crazy. So the first recorded earthquake that we know of, that was in 796 AD.
Okay.
And then there were others. We know of one in 951, another in 956.
Oh, wow.
But the one that really did the damage, that was in 1303. So this earthquake, massive earthquake, it originated near Crete, which is, hundreds of kilometers away.
Wow.
But it hit Alexandria hard. And that earthquake, that was pretty much catastrophic for the lighthouse.
Oh, no. And what happened from there? Like, what became of this once mighty structure?
Yeah, so after that 1303 earthquake, I mean, the lighthouse, it was just a ruin, I mean, it had stood for centuries.
Right.
But that earthquake really did a number on it. It stood for another, century and a half.
Oh, wow.
But by 1480, the stones, the remaining stones, they were all taken.
Oh, no.
And they were used to build the Citadel of Keep Bay. It's this medieval fort, and it actually stands at the lighthouse site to this very day.
Oh, wow. That's kind of poetic, though, right?
Yeah.
Like a structure built to withstand the sea, taken down by the earth, and then its remains used to build, something else to defend against who knows what.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes you think about, like, the cycles of history,
Yeah.
how things are built and destroyed and then repurposed.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think there's another story about the lighthouse's destruction, right? Like something about, wasn't there some Byzantine agent involved?
Oh, yeah. So there's this story from a 10th century Arab raider, and he tells this tale of a Byzantine agent who pretended to convert to Islam, to gain the trust of the caliph.
Ooh, sounds like a spy thriller.
I know, right?
What was his plan?
So he convinces the caliph that there's all this, treasure buried under the lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
And of course he gets permission to, excavate. But in doing so, he purposely weakens the foundation.
Sneaky.
I know, right? It's a very clever plan. And that leads to, further collapse. And then poof, the agent escapes, obviously, by ship.
That's a wild story. I mean, who knows if it's actually true or not, but it definitely adds to, like, the mystery and intrigue of the whole thing,
Yeah, it's a great story.
But for centuries, this wonder of the world was completely lost beneath the waves,
Yeah.
right? And then it was rediscovered. I mean, how did that even happen?
Right. So it was 1968, a UNESCO expedition led by this marine archaeologist, Honor Frost.
Okay.
And they actually confirmed, hey, there are submerged ruins here.
That's so cool.
But sadly, exploring the site, that became really difficult because the area, it was turned into a military zone.
Yeah, there always seem to be obstacles when you're trying to uncover history's secrets.
Right. It's always something.
But the story doesn't end there, though, does it?
No, not at all. So in 1994, this team of French archaeologists, led by Jean-Yves Empereur, they go back to the site.
Okay.
And they make some incredible discoveries. I mean, picture these archaeologists diving down, and they come face to face with these huge granite blocks just scattered all over the seabed.
Oh, wow.
Some of them weighing 60 tons.
That is insane. It's like a giant underwater jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, no, right?
What else did they find down there?
I mean, they found sphinxes,
No way.
obelisks,
Wow.
even columns with carvings that date back to Ramses II. I mean, a real treasure trove of artifacts,
Mm-hmm.
and each one holds these clues to the past.
It's amazing to think about, like, those artifacts holding so many stories.
Hmm.
Like they're whispering secrets of the people who actually lived and worked around the lighthouse.
Yeah. And it's just incredible to think about the challenges that those archaeologists face, right? I mean, strong currents, you've got limited visibility, and then the objects themselves are so fragile. It's a real testament to their dedication. I mean, their passion to understand this history is incredible.
I mean, we owe so much to these people, these researchers, who are, like, piecing together our past.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are they still exploring the site today?
They are. The exploration is still going on.
That's amazing.
We're still documenting and studying everything. I mean, we've even used satellite imaging and sonar to map the area, reveal these wharves and houses and temples that have been lost for centuries. It's literally a whole city submerged beneath the waves.
It's mind-blowing. It really paints a picture of this, like, vibrant community, you know, that thrived around the lighthouse,
Yeah.
and now it's all underwater, just waiting to be explored.
Yeah, it's incredible. And, you can actually go diving there and see some of the ruins for yourself.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely going to my bucket list.
It's an amazing experience to just be there face to face with these pieces of history.
I can only imagine. But the lighthouse's legacy, I mean, it goes beyond just the physical structure itself, doesn't it?
Right, exactly. So it's actually quite fascinating how the word Ferris, which is, the name of the island where the lighthouse stood,
Yeah.
that word has become synonymous with lighthouse in a bunch of different languages around the world.
Wow. So even though the actual lighthouse is gone, its name, it lives on. It's a real testament to its impact, I think.
Yeah, it's like this reminder that ideas and symbols, they can outlive their physical forms.
That's powerful.
Yep.
So I know there's been talk about rebuilding the lighthouse. Do you think that's even possible? Like, what would a 21st century lighthouse even look like?
That's a great question. It's certainly a pretty compelling idea, and if it did happen, I imagine it would be this, like, fusion of ancient and modern elements, maybe a sleek, futuristic design, but still incorporating those iconic three tiers as a nod to the original.
I like that.
Yeah, and maybe instead of an actual fire, it could have this, like, powerful beam of light,
Right.
something visible from space, and
Yeah.
then maybe house a museum or, like, a research center.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's like taking that ancient symbol and reimagining it for today,
Exactly.
showcasing how far we've come, but also, like, hinting at where we're headed.
Yeah, I like that.
It would be a powerful reminder,
Yeah.
that even in the face of destruction and time passing, human ingenuity and, like, that desire to connect with each other, it endures.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, even though it's gone, it continues to, like, inspire us to dream big, to push the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
It represents, I think, our ongoing quest for knowledge, connection, and ultimately a brighter future.
I love that. What an inspiring thought to leave our listeners with.
Yeah.
I have to say, the story of the Lighthouse of Alexandria has just, like, completely captivated me. It's this incredible testament to human ingenuity and ambition and, just the power of symbols.
Yeah, I agree. And, it makes you think about the people who actually built it, the people who lived and worked around the lighthouse. What were their lives like?
That's such a good point. I feel like we often get so caught up in, like, the grand scale of these ancient structures that we forget that they were real people, who built them and maintained them. And they had hopes and dreams in everyday lives just like us, that we can only try to imagine now.
I know. And it reminds you that even back then, in the ancient world, people were still connected across these huge distances through trade and culture, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria was like a symbol of that connection, this welcoming beacon that helped travelers and encouraged the exchange of knowledge and ideas.
Yeah, this deep dive has been such an eye-opener, honestly. It's amazing to think that something built so long ago can still have such a huge impact on us today. And, as we wrap up, I have to ask, if you could go back in time, what's the one thing you would want to ask the people who built the Lighthouse of Alexandria?
That's a tough one. I think I'd want to know what inspired them, What challenges did they have to overcome, and what did they hope to achieve with this incredible structure?
I'd love to hear their stories, about everyday life back then in ancient Alexandria. It would be amazing to experience that world firsthand.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
But even without a time machine, we can still learn so much from the past, and be inspired by what they accomplished. The Lighthouse of Alexandria shows us that human ingenuity has no limits, and that even with destruction and time, that spirit of innovation and connection, it lives on.
I think that's a perfect way to put it. Maybe the true legacy of the Lighthouse of Alexandria isn't just the building itself, but that enduring human spirit that it represents.
That's a great point. And on that note, I want to encourage all of you listening to keep exploring the fascinating story of the Lighthouse of Alexandria. I mean, let it inspire your own curiosity and pursuit of knowledge. And as always, until next time, keep those lights burning bright.